Hi, Amy Lundberg here with Fitness for the Soul TV, where we work on helping you become more energized, feeling better, and getting your life back, and enjoying your life, being happy in your life. And one of the things that many people come to me with is always around just stress, feeling stuck in their life, overwhelmed, depleted, and they kind of are looking at how can I lose weight, and how can I, what can I do with nutritionally, with my health to help me feel better. And so one of the things I share with them, especially with my emotional eaters, this is a great tool for emotional eating, and I've taught it for years and years. And it's something that you just internalize and can just do it without eventually not even thinking about it. But one of the things I teach is the hunger scale. So one of the things about the hunger scale I'd like you to imagine your stomach as a gas tank. And E is empty at a 0, and F is full at a 10, okay? So when we are doing 0 to 10, you're gonna look at how empty or full your stomach is. So if it's at a 0 to like 1, that typically means you're more ravenous. You're like, when you get home from work, nothing is stopping you from going right up to those cupboards, grabbing and finding the quickest thing to eat because you need food. You're starving. And it's usually maybe that 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock time, and you're just kind of like, can't quite wait for supper, or as you're making supper, you're snacking on this, snacking on that, and filling yourself up. So the time you have supper, you've made it, so you feel like you probably should eat it, even though you've been eating along the way the whole time, so you're getting excess calories. So that's a 0 to 1. At a 2, though, if you can imagine that gas tank kind of at a 2, where it's starting to get towards empty, but not there, kind of needing to fuel yourself up, that is where you're noticing that you're hungry and it's the time to eat. You might have stomach growling, you might just lose focus, like if you're in front of a screen, computer screen at work and you're just losing focus, that's a sign. Or you have that internal thought like, oh, I wonder what time it is, I'm getting kind of hungry, I should probably eat. It's just a gentle gnawing that is just kind of a little trigger saying you're ready to eat. That's your 2, and that's when you want to eat. A 3 is pretty much you're starting to get hungry, and in about 1 hour you're going to be at that 2. So if you know you're not going to really have a chance to eat and you don't want to in that hour, but you don't want to be ravenous, you might want to grab something to eat that will sustain you for that hour to hour and a half. So sometimes a 3, you might want to grab a little bite so it just doesn't make you starving by the time you have a chance to eat. And then 4 or 5 is neutral. You're good. You're ready to go, do your thing all day long, and you're not neither empty or full. Now your 6 is when you are eating, you're eating what I call to the point of satiation. Not full, but satiation. Have you ever had that meal where you had all this delicious food and you had just enough and you go, oh, that was just enough. I didn't feel like I needed to eat anymore. It just really satiated you. And that's your 6, where it just feels like it's enough for you. The difference between enough and a full is an 8. And an 8 is where typically my dieters are eating to an 8. If you had the clean plate syndrome, when you were a kid, you're eating to an 8. Those are just a couple examples. But the 8 is when you are having food and you actually feel the food in your stomach. Not stuffed, but it's a subtle feeling where you kind of can feel the food in your stomach. That's your 8, and that is 2, 3 bites too many. And that is the difference between 6 and 8, and how you can gradually lose a pound here and a pound there just by making that switch. For my dieters, it might take 6 months to notice the switch. And then your 9 and 10 is your Thanksgiving dinner where you are just stuffed, overfulling, and I know you know what that feels like. Okay, so that's the hunger scale. So just take this time and see where your 2 is, and see where your 6 is, and see where your 8 is, and know the difference. And eat till a 6 and start at a 2. Take care. It's Amy Lundberg. Make it a great day.